just about to start day 3. Now, I put a post up saying how I'm attributing this music because it's copyright free. So there's already a written post about it, but I'll just read it out. Silent film score compilation, The Old Times, and I'm attributing that to Creative Commons. And the link for that is in another post on this timeline, so everything's there. Anyway, I'm going to get going. I like this music too. Now, I did notice in the last session that when I was talking, the music was a bit overbearing, so sorry if I don't get it quite right, but I'll do my best. I've moved the Yui boom back a little bit, so let's just see how we go. And let's start. I like this music, don't you? Okay, I'll put this down because I might need to pick it up. And it also said that the internet was a little bit dodgy at the moment. So, okay, what have we got next? If it's a little... Let's just do a little warm up. A little bit of moving the body. How are you today anyway? It's the afternoon. It's before tea time again. I thought that I would do some earlier sessions because I know a lot of people like to get up a bit earlier, and I'm not a morning person myself, but I can accommodate. All right, let's go back to it. Okay, arms up. Sitting up nice and tall. Arms up. Arms open. Can you feel that little jig of the feet? In time with the music. The blood's getting going already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's actually more difficult to coordinate than you realize, isn't it? Take a little breath. Now, I said yesterday that I was going to talk about the Alexander technique. And you know what? I'm going to start doing a bit of that right now, because for a lot of us who are getting stiff from sitting down for too long, not getting enough exercise, getting older, all sorts of reasons, standing up from a seat can be quite difficult, as many of us know. So let me show you how we do it. We're going to sit. I might pause that for a minute. Peace. I'll just pause it while I explain this because it'll be easier to hear me. All right, so we're going to go sitting on our chair, and then we'll do an exercise to it with music after we've learned how to do it. So sitting on a chair, nice and forward on the chair, not so that you're going to fall off. We don't want you to fall on the floor. Please don't do that. But sitting on your bottom, forward on the chair, and so sitting on the tailbones. You know the bones in your bottom? So not back, on the bones, on the sit bones. They call them the sit bones in dance. It's not a really anatomical way of saying it, but that's what they are. They're the sit bones. So we sit on those bones as well as we can do it. Sit up nice and tall. Remember what I talked about, feeling like you're in the water, like you're in the swimming pool. You're up to here in the swimming pool, and just imagine that lifted feeling you get, you know, that the water lifts you up. And what is it called? I can't remember the term, the hyper something properties of the water. So that will lift you up, and now that lifted feeling is like a water fountain coming up your spine. So if you imagine you've got a water fountain coming up, and it's coming right out of the top of your head, and the water's pushing upwards. That lovely feeling of liftedness. Now, this is not something that really makes you feel tense, hopefully. You will feel that you're working as you're lifting upwards, but it shouldn't be too much of a strain. So just keep lifting up. So we're sitting on our chair. We haven't even done anything yet, have we, except for sit up. That's okay, we'll get to it. Now, using the Alexander technique, you don't want your legs to be too far out. You want them to be in so that you're making right angles with your knee, 90 degrees. It can be a little bit less because sometimes if you're going to stand up, you won't want your legs to be too far out, otherwise it's just too hard. So if you bring them in a little bit. Now, we're going to hinge from our hips. So just hinge and lift your bottom up a little bit. Now, if you can't do this, don't worry, just watch. You might find that you can do it partially, and that's okay. Partially is better than not, isn't it? 10% of something is better than 100% of nothing. That's what this business person once told me, and I thought, that's pretty smart, because I'd never thought of it like that. So if you're hinging from here, bottom comes up. You'll find when you do this action, let me see if I can show you side on. So if I'm here, I'm still in shot, I'm hinging from here and lifting up my bottom. So I'm not doing this and straining upwards. I'm not going like this. That's so hard to get up that way. This way, what you're doing is you're shifting your weight. Like, say if you've got a heavy object and you want to shift it and you can't lift it because it's too heavy, you will shift the weight of the object in order to move it to a spot you want to move it to. So this is what we're doing with that. Remember those little bobbing birds they used to put on glasses that used to bob like that? That's what this reminds me of. So I want you to hinge from the hips, but don't alter your back. Don't do this with your back. Just leave it beautifully lifted as you were. Keep it lifted and just hinge like you're shifting your weight. And let your bottom come up. And you'll find that you're feeling forward, but then you can just come up. And to sit down, you're just going to reverse it. Stick your bottom out and then come up. Now make sure you're not sitting on one of those chairs with wheels, because when you go to sit down, it'll move and then you'll fall. I know that because I work in a few clinics, and when I'm demonstrating this to clients, I have to be careful because my chair has always got wheels on it. And so I go to sit down, I go, ooh, hang on to my chair. So let's hinge from the hips, bottom out and come up. Hinge and come back up. All right, let's turn on the side and we'll do that again so you can see me side on. If you practice this, you'll find it gets very easy. It becomes very easy to stand up easily because you're not having to strain and use your thighs, which is what people do. Excuse me, girls. Excuse me, girls, you're in the way. Oh, bit of a stretch there. Dogs know how to stretch out their spine. All right, so we're going to sit up nice and tall and hinge from the hips. See how there was no strain involved in that? No strain at all. So our exercise is going to be, we're going to go up and down and place your hands here. Bottom up, down. Bottom up, down. 3 times. And stand up. Sit down. Lift up tall. Arms up and down. You don't have to remember that because you can do it with me. Buttons, can you move out of the way? Move out of the way. Come on, move out of the way. Move out. Off you go. They need to see me. Oh, here comes Biscuit now. All right, let's do this with music. Everyone wants to get into the action. buttons. I'm doing this. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, down. Weight, hands, and up, down. Up, down. Whoa, up. Just do your best. And all the way up. And all the way down. Arms down. Up, down. And up. I'll go slower. Up, down. Up, down. All the way up. I'll stick that bottom out. And arms down. I've mixed up the timing. That's all right. We're still in time. Up, down. Get ready. Up, down. Up, down. Just shifting your weight. You're not moving your back. Up, all the way up. You can put your arms out if it's easier for you. Arms. One more. Getting the hang of it now, aren't you? And up, down. Stick your bottom out. If you can't manage 3 of these, even if you do 1, that's okay. Stick that bottom out. Then we'll do it again. And stick that bottom out. Get ready. Maybe use the arms this time. Stick the bottom out. Now let's just do a little bit of marching. I got out of sync. You're using opposite arms to legs. Okay, that was good. I hope you managed to get a little bit up. You can practice that at home anyway. I bet you find it's easier to stand up and sit down. Let's do a little tap dance. Why not? Tap the toe, tap, toe, tap, toe. With the arms, see how I'm doing opposite hand to leg in front? You can use your shoulders a bit if you feel like jazzing it up. You're on stage. I'm not trying to scare you though. Let's change the movement. Jazz hands. Now tap. With the shoulders. do a whirlwind. So just lift your arms as high as they can go. They don't have to be right up here. Just try to do some circles. Other way. There's no particular timing in case you haven't noticed. We're going to do, let me show you a movement. So it's better, I think, if I pause it to speak. Otherwise, I'm just shouting at you and you probably can't hear me anyway. Well, let's just do a bit of a sway now. Now, we're going to go one way. We can actually open our legs a little bit for this one, I think. So sway, 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 and big circle. And if your shoulders are sore, you can just do a little circle. You don't have to do a big one, just do it where you can do it. And then we're going to go sway, 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 and circle. And we start again, sway, 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 circle, sway, 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 circle. Got that? So this is a really good one for the body. We're using sideways movement and we're using our arms with our backs, and that's always very good for our spines because you can feel it, can't you? When you're doing these arm movements, you should feel it in your spine, and you're rocking a little bit from side to side on your bottom. You know, you're sitting on your sit bones, so you'll feel a little bit of a rock. So there's quite a lot going on. Doesn't look like it's that difficult, but it's a really good exercise. And I can feel a little bit of sweat starting, so I must be doing a bit of exercise. So if I'm doing some exercise, you are too. All right, let's put this music back on. And get ready. And sway, 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 circle. Oh, it's finished already. Well, we can do it to the next one. It's a bit faster. And sway, 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 circle, sway, 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 circle, sway, 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 circle, sway, 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 circle. I'm liking this music. Oh, just relax for a minute. Make a strong man. Turn your body around to the side. Oh, feel those muscles. Other side. Feel that body twist. Back to the center. Let's do another big circle with our arms just to stretch out now. Remember what I said about putting the backs of the hands together and how that really works the spine? Let's do that now. Feel that, it's great. And then open out, lean forward. Try putting your hands behind your back. And then open them out. This is more than we did last time, isn't it? It's a little bit of a progression. Backs of the hands together. Open out. Lean forward just as much as you can. Don't fall over. Put your hands behind your back any way you can. And then see the position my hands are in. The backs of my hands are facing the floor. And then come up. Now put the palms together. Now put the backs of the hands together. Now feel what happens in your spine when you do that. It's really good. Open out, palms facing the floor. Lean forward. Put your hands behind Let's go for a little dive. Dive down one side. And then come up and dive down the other side. Come up. Dive over one side. Pause. And dive over the other side. Okay. Put the backs of the hands together. Put the hands together. Put the backs of the hands together. Now just have a little dance. As I said, I never plan any of this. I just make it up as I go. I don't want to take the fun out. I thought it was going to finish. It's still going. Well, we might just do something else because this music is a long piece. Put your feet out in front. And we're going to draw the knees up. Draw the feet back down. Draw the knees up. Draw them down. Now, you might find it's easier for you to sit up and just draw them straight out and straight up. You can do it whichever way you want, alright? So we'll start, we'll lean back, stretch the legs out, bring the knees back up, stretch the legs out, bring the legs back. Oh, these pants have got spilled something on them, they're dirty. Sorry about that, didn't see that. And now we're going to stretch the legs out, up, out, I'm tangling myself up because I'm watching myself and it's confusing me. Oh, sorry, buttons. Mind your face. Don't put your face in the middle. I'll squish you with my knees. Okay, that was a long one. What will we do next? I'll just listen to the music and then I'll decide. Okay, let's work out a little combination for this. We might do it with a bit of a story. So let me see. I have no idea what time I started. That's a worry, isn't it? It's okay. I think we've been going for 16 minutes. So we'll keep going. Okay, so let's think about a little dance. We're going to go and out and in and out and in. We're walking to the beach and slide our feet in the sand, pull our toes back, slide our feet in the sand, pull our toes back, and slide our foot to the side, bring it back, slide our foot to the side, bring it back, walk, walk, not walkies, walk. All right, let's try that again. And once again, I have to remember what I said because I only just made it up. So we're going to go walk to the beach, walk to the beach, foot into the sand, slide it back, slide those toes into the sand, slide the foot out, slide the toes back through the sand, and then slide the foot out and bring it back. Now with this slide out to the side, I want you to keep 2 shoulders, 2 hips facing the front, okay? Facing right onto the front, because this is different from the exercise we did yesterday where we did this. We'll do that later. But this exercise, we're just going to keep it simple. And I'd like to get you familiar with the idea of having 2 shoulders square, 2 hips square to the front, so that helps with learning about alignment when you're using your posture. Oh, I've got a frog in my throat. Please no. All right, well, let's just do this. Actually, we've been going longer than 16 minutes. Yes, we've nearly been going for half an hour. Gee, it flies, doesn't it? Okay, get ready. Walk. Walk. Walk to the beach. Slide your foot out. Bring it back through the sand. Slide the foot out through the sand. Feel the sand in your toes as you draw that foot back and feel the toes out. And slide back through the sand. Slide. And now we'll do some more walking. Walk. 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 Let's start again. Walk. 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 Slide your foot out through the sand and slide those toes back. Slide and slide those toes back. Slide out to the side, keeping 2 shoulders square, 2 hips square. And slide or key change. And 4 walks. Walk. 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 Once again. Walk. A little bit faster. Walk. Slide through the sand. Slide, feel those toes. Slide. Slide those toes. Out to the side. Coming back. And we haven't quite finished, do you mind? And we won't do the last 4 walks. Well, this is a racing sort of one, isn't it? Okay. We could do this for a little bit of an aerobic workout, couldn't we? So we might do, holding onto your chair, we might do some fast running. It might be better to do it on the balls of your feet. So we might go and I'll try and keep coordinated with you. But you don't have to do the arms for this. You can just, might be easier just to hold onto the chair, I think. So we're going to do that for 8 counts. 8 counts, and then we're going to do 12 counts of just spiraling. Spiraling. See what I'm doing? I'm not leaning back, I'm not leaning forward. I'm like a pole and I'm spiraling on my axis. See? Just have a practice of that before we start. And when you finish the spiral, which we will work on more in another session, at the end of it, you look over your back shoulder to complete the spiral. See that? And then you look over your back shoulder. Yes, that reminds me, I need to work on spirals with you because it's very good for the back and the head. So let's do this. Just follow me. I haven't exactly worked out the timing. Maybe it won't be 8 counts and 12 counts. Just follow along with me and we'll just work it out as we go. Because 8 counts and 12 counts won't really work exactly with the music, will it? Okay, get ready. Keep going. Oh, okay. Just go as fast as you can. You don't have to be exactly the same timing as me. Now make sure you breathe. And if you're too tired now, just don't keep going. You can just clap along. That's fine too. I was early on the finish. Now, buttons, you just want a quick little, Alrighty, I think this might be our last exercise. We haven't done any leg lifts yet, have we? And I think we could do that. So let's just have a try of this. We might do développé. So we're going to go bend, stretch, bend, down. This is a good one. Bend, stretch that knee. It can be lower, it doesn't have to be high. Bend, stretch, bring it down. Bend, stretch, bend. Okay, let's start with the music. Now, bend, stretch, bend, down. You can let go of the chair. Stretch, bend, lift up nice and tall, down. Who's that online? Bend. Hi, Janie. Bend, down. Change your hand position. Stretch, bend. You should feel this in your thighs. Who else is that? Bend. Janie, I'll wave to you in a minute. I'm exercising. Hands. Bend. Bend. Stretch. Bend. Down. Now let's do something with the feet. Take your leg out in front. Flex your foot. It's just off the ground now. Now point your foot. And bring it in. Give your thighs a little bit of a relax. They might be getting a bit tired now. Alright, and oh, it's finished, but we'll keep going. Flex that foot. Just wait a minute, we're going in a minute. Alright, now we're going to do grand battements. They're big beats. So lean back a little bit, take your legs out, and we're going, and try and keep your back nice and straight. We don't want to be slumped like this. We need to keep it nice and straight, and keep your chest lifted. We're going to lift a leg. Try not to thump it down like I just did. It's a big beat, isn't it? Don't go too high and fall off the chair. Please don't do that. and tall, we're going to drop our knee, because we didn't do that yet and we need to do that. Just however you can do it. If you can't do it completely like this, just do what you can. Come back up. And other knee. Look, no hands, but you can hold onto the chair. Now, take the leg out to the side, stretch. This is where we do the spiral, and you feel the stretch down the front of the leg there. Don't go too far. You can make a nice diagonal arm and leg movement. Bring it in, leg out to the side, swivel, like we're doing our spiral. Feel the stretch down the front of the leg. That's our hip extension happening. Take the arm up, and this will help spiral the spine. And come in. All right, I think we're done. I really think we've done, I think the music's finished too. So, a little bit more. We'll do a bow and a curtsy. That's our bow. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And thank you. And remember, this class is dedicated to Judith. See you next time. I'll do that properly. See you next time. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. And now I'm going to wave to Janie. With a special guest appearance from Biscuit, yes. Yes, Biscuit and Buttons have made special guest appearances. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'm planning on it being a little earlier tomorrow. So let's just see how we go. Probably around about 11 o'clock, but I'll make an announcement. So, see you tomorrow. Enjoy.